Alright, so good morning, grade 7. So last discussion, we talked about frequency distribution table. So let's have a short review before we proceed to our next topic. So, diniscuss ko pa last time ang frequency distribution table, which is for ungrouped data. So pag sinabing frequency, ito yung gaano kadalas nauulit ang isang data. So, frequent, pag maraming number, meaning frequent, mas madalas. At pag mas maliit, mas kakaunti yung occurrence niya. So, frequency distribution table, ito yung ginagamit nating table to summarize our data. So, last time, we talked about ungrouped data. So, ngayon naman is we are going to discuss and learn about transforming ungroup to group data. So, let's proceed. But first, let's define group data. So group data is when we organize individual data points into intervals or groups. So instead of listing each individual value, we group them together based on the certain ranges or categories. So kung makikita nyo naman dito sa ating right side, ito yung tinatawag nating group data. Bakit siya group? Kasi each of the data is grouped according to or based sa kanilang interval. Example, 1 to 10. So, yung interval niya is 1 to 10. Ang kasali ditong points na to, ang bibilangin natin frequency dito, ay kasali ang 1 hanggang 10. Ganon din sa 11 to 20. So, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50. So, meaning, sa frequency niya, ang value na merong 1 to 10 ay dalawa lang. Ang value ng 11 to 20 ay 7. So that is group data. Para mas maintindihan natin, let's compare group and ungroup. So pag sinama natin ungroup data, itong mga value natin dito sa left side, this is our raw data. These are the values of our raw data. So, isa-isa siya. Isa-isa yung ating data. Dito naman sa ating group data, we have group, meaning nagrupo siya from 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50. So, ginagamit natin ang ungroup data class para sa mas maliit na number of participants or number of values or data. Pag 1 to 10, 1 to 15, ganyan lang, 1 to 20, ginagamit natin ang ungroup data para sa mas maliit na values or data. Dito naman sa ating group data, dito na pumapasok si bigger respondents. So, dito pumapasok si ating bigger respondents. So, 1 to 10, 11 to 20. So, pag sinabi natin mas maraming rate, mas maraming values, or mas maraming mga participants, aabot siya ng 100, 1,000. So, i-group natin sila para mas mapadali yung ating pag-a-analyze. Alright, so let's proceed on how to transform ungroup data to group data. So first step, take note of this first step. We have here, step 1, determine the range. So pag sinabi natin range, it is the difference between the highest value and the lowest value. So para compute to, kunin lang natin si pinakamalaking value sa ating data at yung pinakamaliit. Example, we have here a series of data. Ang pinakamalaki dito is si 28 at ang pinakamaliit is si 16. So, kung natin si 28 and then si 16, so ma-minus natin si 28, 16, and we have 12. So, 12 dito, it is our range. So, our range will be used to compute for our class width. So, malalaman natin mamaya kung ano ang class width. Alright. Step 2, we have to determine the desired number of class or interval or categories. The ideal number of class interval is somewhere between 5 and 15. So, pag sinabi natin class interval class, ito kung gaano kalayo or yung bilang ng bawat grupo. Yung pagitan ng bawat grupo. Example, ages. Interval might be 10 years old to 15 years old. So, pag sinabi ng interval, 10 to 15, yung layo ng ating mga points. Kung babalikan natin yung ating example, 1 to 10, sasama natin si 1, to 10 sa bilang. So, magsimula tayo kay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, 10. So, next group mo na, pupunta ka na sa 11. So, magsisimula ka ulit sa 11, magbibilang ka ulit hanggang 10. So, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So, yun yung ating range or yung class interval natin. So, ang class interval class, it's either given or kung hindi man siya given, you decide what are you going to use. Kasi ang ideal natin is 5 and 15. Okay? So, yan lang yung ideal na class interval natin. Okay, makakapag ano pa tayo ng maraming example. Step 3. Determine the class with approximate size of the class by dividing the range by the size number of class. So, dito natin magagamit si range. So, pag sinabi natin range, ito yung difference ng higher value minus the lowest value. Kaya ito si range natin. So, class interval, ito yung kung gaano kalayo. So, given si class interval or kung hindi man siya given, mamili kayo from 5 to 10. Okay, our step 4 is to write the class intervals starting with the lowest value to determine the data. So, dito natin magbibilang ng data. Example, ang pinakamababang number natin is 4. So, ang ating class interval is 5. So, magmula sa 4, 4 is 1. So, bilang ka hanggang 5. So, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, ang next value natin is 4, 2, 8. So, ang next na natin is 9. Magbilang ka ulit ng 5. So, 9, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, yun yung gagawin mo hanggang makover mo yung pinaka mataas. So, that is our step 4. Step 5. Tally the corresponding number of course in each interval. So, ito na, i-apply na natin yung pinag-aralan video discussion. Itatali lang natin yung mga frequency or yung summary ng ating values. Okay, para mas maintindihan pa natin, let's have a example. So, first one, the following are the weights in pounds. So, pag sinabi natin in pounds, iba siya sa kilogram, guys. Ang kilogram, mas maliit yung value niya. So, mas maliit ang pounds kaya 100 pounds. Hindi ibig sabihin na 91 kilogram din. 91 is different from kilogram. So, pounds, 91 pounds, tawag natin dito is pounds. Grade 7, construct a frequency table using 7 as the desired number of class interval. So, given yung ating class interval. So, how many students weigh more than 100 pounds? So, ito yung ating sasagutan. How many students weigh more than 100 pounds? So, ating data natin. And let's do our first step. So, determine the range. Ano ba yung highest value natin? Sa highest value natin is si 18. At ang lowest value natin ay si 80. Ayun sa 80. So, i-minus lang natin si 80 from 118. So, pag minus natin 118 minus 180, ang sagot natin is 38. So, our range is 38. So, take note natin sa range natin na 38. Step 2. Desired number of class interval. So, kanina, ang ating desired class interval is 7. So, given na ating class interval ay 7. Step 3. Determine the class width. Pag sinabi natin class width naman, guys, class is width is equal to 38 over 7. Ito yung class width natin. So, range over interval. So, pag sinabi natin class width, ating range ay 38 at ang ating class interval ay 7. So, 38 divided by 7 is 5.42. Pero, tandaan nyo na pag ang class width natin nag-exceed ang ating value ng kahit anong decimal point, ira-round natin siya into, ira-round natin siya sa magiging 6. Kahit 5, 5.1 yan, 5.10, ira-round, ira-round pa rin natin at kaya magiging 6 pa rin siya. Basta nag-exceed siya ng decimal, yun, ira-round natin. Alright, so our next step is write the class interval starting with the lowest. So 80 minus 86, sorry, 80 to 86. So from 80, magbilang ka ng 7. Kasi ang ating class interval ay 7. So 80, 80, 81, 81, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, and 86. So kung bibilangin natin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So ang interval natin ay 7. So paano natin makikita si width? Sir, saan makikita si class width? So kung ma-minus natin 86, sorry, 86 minus 80, ang ating class width ay, so 6 minus 0 is 6. 0. Kaya ang ating difference is 6. So ito yung class width natin. So 6 and 6, that is our class width. Kung tama yon, tama sa ating class width. So tama itong ating group. So 80 to 86. So on and so forth na yan. 87 to 93, 94 to 100, 100 to 107. Okay, last step natin, to tally the corresponding number of scores in each interval. So dito na tayo maghahanap ng mga values. So pag natali na natin lahat, so 80 to 86, from lowest natin hanggang makover natin si pinakamataas. Pinakamataas natin si 118. So 118 nandito siya. So, kukumpletuhin nyo pa rin hanggang sa makover nyo si highest value. So, 80 to 86, bilangin natin kung ilan yung 80 to 86. So, 1, 2, 3, and saan pa? Ayun, 4. So, that is, tama, 87 to 93. From 87, 93, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, and saan pa? 93. 87 to 93. 101, 106, 107, 104, 1, 2, sorry, 87 na. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pa na. 7. So, ganoon lang, hanapin nyo lang yung values natin. So, ito total natin yung frequency. Ang value is 36. So, bibilangin yung lahat total 36. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 9, 18, 27, 36 sa 36. So, tama yung total natin. Tama yung ating tally. Alright. So, let's proceed to another example. Here are the number of marks scored by 20 students in a test. So, given the class interval of 5, how many students scored 13 and above? So, ito yung scores natin. So, bago natin mag-proceed, so, kung nakaabot ka sa point ng video na to, you will pause the video for a moment. So, answer this on your notebook bago natin ituloy. So, pag na-answeran nyo na, pag na-answeran nyo na, unpause the video and i-check nyo yung sagot nyo. So, papacheck nyo sa akin to sa ating next na face-to-face class. So, kung napanood mo to hanggang dito and sagutan mo, you have additional points. So, additional points na yon magagamit nyo for your quiz. Ayan. So, pause, answer, balikan yung ating steps kanina, and then check your answer. Alright, so let's proceed to our first step. Determine the range. So, ano yung range natin? Ano yung pinakamataas natin dito is 19. So, 19 ang pinakamataas at pinakamababa ay si 3. So, 19 minus 3 is 16. So, ang ating range ay si 16. So, take note natin si 16. Desired number of class interval. Kung babalikan natin yung problem, ang class interval natin is 5. Kaya, given ang ating class interval which is 5. And step 3, we have to determine the class width. So, kunin natin si range, which is 16, at si class interval na 5. So, 16 divided by 5 is 3.20. So, 3.20 or 4. Sabi ko kanina, kahit mag-exit lang siya ng 0.1, 0.09, i-round up natin siya ay magiging 4. Check natin mamaya kung tama si class width. So, step 4, write a class interval. So, dito na tayo magbibilang from 3, bilang ka ng 5. So, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Kaya, ating unang value 3 to 7, at sumunod na si 8, bilang ka ulit ng 5 hanggang 12. So, check natin si class width. So, 7 minus 3 is 4. Tama ba sa ating class width? Which is 4. Tama. So, we have the class width natin is, it is called the upper limits and the lower limits. So, si upper minus lower maging 4 lang. Class width natin ay 4. So, tama sa ating class width. Okay, next step is to tally. Tally the numbers. So, 3 to 7. Ilan yung 3 to 7? Meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Meron tayong 5. So, ganyan na dapat. I also have 8 to 12. So, 8 to 12, meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So, meron tayong 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, that is 9. And 13 to 17 is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, meron tayong 4. And, ano tawag mo dito? So, 18 to 23, meron tayong 1 and 2. Meron tayong 1 and 2. Ayan. So, i-add natin lahat. 9 plus 5 is 14, plus 4 is 18, plus 2 is 20. So, ang total natin is 20. Bibila natin lahat ng values, that is 20. Okay, so ganun lang ang pag-transform ng ungrouped data to group data in our frequency distribution table. So now, kung hindi mo pa na-gets or hindi mo pa naintindihan, just go back sa ating steps and makinig mabuti and try to follow and try to solve din. So, now it's your turn. Now it's your turn. So, ay bago pala ang lahat. Let's go back to our problem. Sabi dito, how many students scored 13 and above? So, tignan natin yung ating frequency table. So, 13 and above is from group 3 and group 4. So, 13, 17, 18, 23. Ilan ba yung frequency nila? 4 and 2. So, add lang natin. 4 and 2 magiging 6. So, we have 6 students that score 13 and above. Alright, now it's your turn. In your activity notebook, solve the following. The data below shows the scores of the students in math tests. There are 30 students. So, how many students got score of 15 and below? So, ang ating interval dito is 5. So, our interval here is 5. Kaya, solve. and do this in your activity notebook. I will be sending this activity to your GC. So, ayan. So that's how we transform group data to group data. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And goodbye, grade 7.